And then here comes the most visually awesome, stunning moment of the night. Um, I'll admit, when I saw Absolute Justice last year, I was less than impressed by Hawkman. That's why I always say in my commentaries that I love Carter, because I love Michael Shank's acting. I love that character. But I thought Hawkman was kind of cheesy. Like, a man with wings on his back, and Oliver kept calling him Tweety. I was thinking, yeah, this is kind of a bit dorky. Uh, but man, when Slade put that gun to Lois's head and said the blur can't get in between this, then it was like, it was on. And Hawkman busted the window and I was like, oh yeah, like that was awesome. Like his wings were in front and then they flapped to the back and then they went into his little vest thing. It was so cool. I was like, oh yeah, Hawkman, I didn't know he had it like that. So he starts fighting this guy and it's like a real fight. Like beating and punching and not like just super speeding or, CGI or whatever. Like the beating of Oliver, of course, they didn't just want to show people beating him and it was a little like flash, 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 flash. So I understood that. But this was just like, he's got his mace, he's beating this guy. Then Slave stabs him. And wow. Like, what all the stuff I had read and people had said was that Lois was going to get kidnapped. So I kept thinking Slade was going to take her to an undisclosed location. She was going to be tied to a chair, So that didn't happen. I was in shock. Like, I gasped when Lois went flying out of that window. I mean, first of all, when Hawkman used his wings to block her from the fire, I was like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. This is so amazing. Like, what he's willing to sacrifice for Lois. She goes flying out the window, and then him flying down there with his wings on fire. I mean, that's the one thing that Slade said in his conversation with Clark that I thought was really cool when he said, I guess that comes after this, right? Because he said, when I named this project Icarus, excuse me, something about Clark, but don't think I missed the irony of the man falling with his wings on fire and that. So I was like, wow, that was a powerful scene. Like, just the whole, like, again, the director of that scene and the facial expressions when Lois looked like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy's, willing to risk his life for me. Amazing. And then Clark comes up, less than panicked. He sees Carter, like, on the ground, and it's not like, hey, where's Lois? Or are you okay? Let me get you some. It's like, hey, Carter, you. Like, dude, you look like you're dying. So, and then Carter says, I have something for you, and he opens his wings, and Lois is in there like a little baby. Oh, it's so cute. Like, I love that scene. I just love everything that Carter did from start to finish. So sad that Michael Shanks won't be coming back. Yeah, he's really awesome. So Lois, she, like, when Lois is in, like, taking care of people mode, it's like in Conspiracy, after Zod got shot. Lois really shines when she is stepping up for somebody. And it's like, you don't have a better person on the show to just step up and just really do what's necessary and really have somebody's back. Like, she just goes hard that way. And I was like, wow. She's like, I'm going to get you some help. And he was like, no, he kind of wants to die, basically. And I really wish that Lois had stayed by his side and been the one kneeling down talking to him. Even if Clark was there too, because wow, she just had so much, like, going on. Like, when she said, he saved me, like, her voice was like, wow. It's very powerful, that scene. So Carter and Clark got to have their last moment, and Clark said, I don't know how I can ever thank you. And Carter said, you already did, and for him to hold on to Lois and how important it is. Oh, sorry, I missed the part where Carter mentioned Chloe at the engagement party. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, Carter, of course, got the memo that Chloe has to be mentioned, but you cannot compare the woman that Oliver was having a booty call with and kind of fell in love with to his 3,000-year-old relationship with Shayera and Lois and Clark, who were like friends, who were getting married, who were committing to a lifetime together, who have a solid, bonded, important relationship. Oh God, I was just like, Carter, don't fall into this. Like, why are they making you mention Chloe? But luckily Oliver didn't go into his whiny mode of, yes, oh, she's the love of my life. He said, you're not gonna hug me, are you? I'm sorry, for everyone who watches Supernatural, that totally was a Dean moment. Like, you're not gonna hug me, are you? So that was funny. But, yeah, so Carter dies. It's, you know, really sad. I didn't care for the funeral scene. Like, I didn't like the... It just kind of seemed dramatic. I didn't even notice the body doubles until someone mentioned it. I was like, Santana and Aquaman and Bart and Martian Manhunter. I didn't even notice that was supposed to have been those people. Like, I didn't register it, so I didn't even care, you know. I don't know why they want to pretend that Zatanna would be there, as if she's not even part of the Justice League. She just came to town because her dad put a whammy on a comic book last year, and that was it. Not really part of the team. Whatever. So that's nice to pretend that those people are there. My sister goes, what is it, like leather only at this funeral? And I was like, I like Lois's outfit. I think it's cute. Like, of course, the Blur and the Green Arrow and Dinah, they've all got their costumes. So it's nice. And then there was a flash of light. And I know so many people are like, I don't get it. It's inexplicable. It's not explained. You can't get it. It has nothing to do with anything we've previously seen on the show. They're going to explain it to us at the end of January, theoretically. But when I saw Lois look over and there was a light, I was like, oh God. Lois is going to get mind wiped. This is what, because people keep talking about it. Honestly, nothing has happened on Smallville that would make me believe that Lois is going to get mind wiped. Like, nothing on the show has ever indicated that. I mean, Chloe's lost her memory. Clark's lost his memory. Nothing makes me think that that's going to happen except for fans keep talking about it. But really, you would have to mind wipe the entire Earth at this point. I mean, Clark, bless his heart, has done a terrible job of protecting his identity. And people keep saying, oh, Lois doesn't know that he's Superman, and she falls in love with Clark. She doesn't know him until he wears glasses. They can't get married, blah, blah, blah. Like, none of that makes sense because Lex doesn't know, Lionel doesn't know, Chloe doesn't know. I mean, it's like, Jarrell just needs to mind wipe everybody. That little kid in Warrior, that military lady said she was after Clark Kent, and she knew he was the Blur. Slade, Rick Flag. I mean, Smallville has done a terrible job of people not knowing that he's the Blur. So I would actually think it was hilarious if they mind wiped everyone. Chloe, Lana, everyone on the entire series just forgets. And Clark's the only one standing at the end of the series who knows what happened over the past 10 years. That would be kind of funny. So it's either all or nothing. I don't see the point of just singling Lois out like, oh, she can't know he's Superman. Who cares? Like, everyone knows. That would be funny. Anyway, so on the preview, we see that Clark is getting experimented on, and he says that, you know, he lost his powers, and I don't mind that. I'm not someone who, like, you know, it's something to play with, how he deals with it, how Lois deals with it. I think it can be really interesting. Ollie looks like he's in a mental hospital. Poor Ollie. He's not stable. But besides that, you know, I guess we'll see what happens in 6 weeks when it comes back. I felt like there was something else I needed to say, but now I can't remember. So, yeah, if you want me to do a separate video and talk more about just relationship stuff. But yeah, all in all, I thought this episode was up there. With Ambush and Homecoming have been my favorite, like, all-around episodes, and this was definitely up there. And what I loved about this is what I wanted to say. Everyone had their moments. Clark, Oliver, Carter, Tess and Emil, and Kat got to be a hero. And Stargirl got to save Oliver. Like, every single person got to stand up for what was right. No one had to be, like, downplayed, or no one had to be made to look stupid to put someone else on a pedestal, like what has happened in so many years past. Like, Clark didn't have to be dumbed down in order to make other people more heroic than him. So, all in all, this was just a fabulous episode as far as the writing and directing, and every single person just, like, it was awesome. That's what I say. I say it was really cool, and I guess we'll see what happens. I haven't gotten into the spoilers of, like, all the other episodes, Collateral and Beacon and Masquerade and all that stuff, so I'm trying not to, but of course, it's like, once you get closer to it, I just end up hearing so much about what's happening. Right now, I don't know what's gonna happen. So, yay! Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.